So my name is Deisha Dixon. I am the Director of Diversity and Community Engagement here at Reading Hospital. The Reading High Internship Program, it started through a partnership with Quaker Made Meats. The president there gave us a grant to start this program, and then here, working with directors, managers of departments, I found 6 host departments who would host these interns every day from September through June, so the entire length of the school year, Monday through Friday from 1 p.m. to 3. And the students were interviewed and then selected. They went through orientation. They were onboarded exactly like a regular employee, so they had to go through background checks, medical screenings, they wear uniforms, and they wear a badge every day to work.
So our department is environmental services, and what we do is we do all of the cleaning and housekeeping for the entire hospital, including patient rooms, office areas, all of the general locations that people see when they come in. And what we've had our intern Odalis doing with us is experiencing all those different areas of our department. So she's been working with the management team, she's been working on the administrative side of things, and she's also going to now start working with our individual supervisors as well as their employees. So she kind of gets to see all the different views of our department throughout the hospital.
Well, they started off easy steps, just like being with Stephanie and being with Alicia, just learning what they do. Like, they have to file, they have to send out some paperwork, and they do a lot of stuff on the computer, so I got to know how to, the coronas and stuff. I did pretty much everything.
The Department of Nutrition Services provides meals for all the patients, approximately 600 bed units. We also provide food for the cafeteria for the employees, and then also 2 retail outlets for guests of patients. Having an intern from Reading High has brought a lot of energy to the kitchen, actually. She rotates in many areas in the kitchen. She's very energetic. She brings her youthfulness, and everyone enjoys working with her.
One of the main things that I really appreciate about this job is being able to learn how to work with a bunch of different people with a bunch of different personalities, because there are so many people working here. And I also learned how to follow directions, how to work on a time schedule, learning to function and things like that. So I think maybe one of the things I learned is discipline. Well, mainly I got to shadow Zach, who is the one who's in charge of cold prep. So he was the first one to actually instruct me when I was working here. Another thing that we went through is, before even getting in our department, we went through a three-part orientation. So we were oriented for 2 days and then we came into our department and we started working, and everyone here is really hands-on with me, so if I needed to learn something, they taught me without hesitation.
Basically what we do is we're just having our students come in. Since, you know, with the whole not able to do any hands-on experience with the patients, we'll sit down with the patient, go over very basic things. For EEG, because I don't know, I've never had a student with pulmonary or rehab or anything like that, but for EEG at least, with what we do, we'll have her sit down, we'll show her the very basics. We start with a practice head, basically. It's a glass head that we'll practice measuring the head, marking the spots where all the wires are supposed to go. For quite some time I've had her just kind of do that for a while, so she could kind of just get the hang of that and be able to do that by herself. There are certain placement of the leads where they actually have names. The parts on the head are labeled by a number and a letter, so I would have her kind of just measure the head, remember how to measure it accurately based on the 10-20 measurement system. And then I would have her memorize the names of the leads and the spots where they go. Started by that, and then gradually actually would have her help me with setting up a patient. Not touching the patient, but, you know, kind of helping me out, giving me what I needed and the supplies and handing them to me while I would set the patient up. After that, if we don't have a patient, I find certain things to go over. I would bring up studies that we've done in prior patients, try to bring up studies that were normal and abnormal, show her the differences in the brain waves, and just kind of brushing up, you know, with
So she
that
gets
kind
the
of
full
stuff.
picture.
So she gets the
Yeah.
full picture, not just that it's all about setting up, but also what you can see in the actual EEG itself.
Our department is the revenue cycle. This sub-department is patient access. And we have Tanae as our intern, and we've been rotating her through the different subsets in patient access to give her a variety of exposure. She went shadowing with various people. She was in radiology shadowing and financial counseling. And here in admissions, she also shadowed and has taken on a very specific task, as well as she has had EPIC training, which is our HIM, our system, and she needed to take a test to pass to get her user access, so that was really a big win for her.
And she passed?
She did. Yay. Yep. I think the value has been not only task-oriented, but just the energy that she brings. She's somebody that's very joyful. She's so grateful for this opportunity, and I think it's a nice reminder to have her here for the rest of us to remember how fortunate we are to have a job.
Wonderful.
And as far as the tasks, she has taken on some very specific tasks that we would have needed another employee to do, so it's been great.
I was selected. It was multiple people interviewed, about 70. Only 7 were selected, so I was one of those 7.
Was there an interview process, application?
Yeah, we had to sign up, and if you were lucky, you got an interview. And if you were lucky from there, then you were selected.
Great. So,
Well, I trained on EPIC, and I studied that a lot. Then I passed that test. And once I got actually in my departments, radiology, patient access, financial counseling, just simple calling patients and stuff. I learned how to cooperate with other people. Not everyone's the same. Learn how to work, active work, be grown up, and not, high school and stuff.
so you think you've matured?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it helps you open your eyes and stuff. Yeah, at first I was planning on nursing, but being in different patient access and radiology, I actually switched my career. I want to be a medical imaging tech.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, we have welcomed Jolene to the telephone operators at the Reading Hospital. We enjoy having her work with us. She's picked up quite a few skills, answering the phones, dealing with all kinds of situations and people, paging doctors, working in our computer system, and hopefully we're helping to mentor her to give her encouragement to do some great things in her life. She's been working on the phone, live on the phone, taking phone calls, as I mentioned, from doctors, patients calling, hospital employees, and able to field those calls and direct them to the appropriate numbers. It is wonderful to have someone in high school to come in and have an opportunity, and we're enjoying mentoring and helping her and hoping, encouraging her in a positive way.
I've learned skills on the computer and the telephone, certain things that I had never learned before. I learned actually not only stuff on the computer, but stuff about other departments and what I need to know to transfer calls. I need to know what certain departments do. I still see myself going into nursing. Not an emergency, but I'm not sure yet, I haven't decided, or maybe dialysis. But as further as I go, I will know what I want to do.
Would you recommend that other companies in Berks County take on a Reading High School intern?
Oh yeah, I think it's a great idea, especially if you're not exactly sure what you want to do. I mean, there's tons of things in the healthcare, not only nursing, but down here, like, we have our sleep techs, we have pulmonary rehab, we have pulmonary function testing, we have us, EEG. So it gives the student a chance to figure out, hey, this is something I think I want to lean towards, and then they can continue on their education and go for that.
I absolutely would recommend the program. I feel that it's really important for the children to get out there and actually work a job and see what they like to do. And to have this opportunity in high school is just wonderful. My daughter would have loved to have an opportunity like this, and I just think it's good in any type, whatever you're interested in, to try it. And then see what opportunities are out there for you, and also may encourage you for a different career or education that will help you in the long run.
Excellent.